pretty high to break the world record.
All right, here we are. Ryan Adams, he won the 800.
That's right, yeah.
It was a three-person race and someone dropped out. So, you know, talk about getting a win in a time trial, kind of.
Yeah, you know, it was the first dub this season, so I'm glad to end the season on one, even if it was just against one other guy. But yeah, I mean, it was. I was looking forward to it. Definitely race against Carlos is going to be a big highlight. I think we've only come across each other once in our collegiate careers, so. So yeah, we went out, and I was kind of just planning on sitting on Carlos' shoulder the entire time, hoping that he was going to kind of carry me through to like a nice little PB. And it was a bit of a shock when he. I mean, I saw him like kind of like reach down a little bit, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. But then he starts like he goes on the outside, and I'm standing on it, or I'm running on his outside. I'm like, oh, that's not good either. like, so a little like stutter step on his inside, and then kind of had to just you know, think back on your toes and try to get back on the pacer, but. Definitely unexpected.
So.
Definitely going to be
what was going through your head, I guess, during that time?
Is it going to be a
you know, once the rabbit dropped off, once he dropped out, how did you stay focused?
I was like, well, I used to do this in high school. I used to kind of like push the pace in high school. Granted, we weren't running like, you know, going for sub 150 or anything like that. So, but it was just kind of like getting back into that mentality of like, all right, back in the front, no one in front of you. I mean, like there's, I can't just like throw away the race just because no one else is in it right now, except for one guy. I mean, like I kind of heard him behind me, like his footsteps behind me for most of the time. So.
Actually, a junior, and you pushed him to a new PR by 2 seconds.
Oh, that's great. I saw he ran 153. Yeah, yeah. Oh, he was high schooler.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, that's great for him. Yeah. Yeah. No, I was just like, hey, thanks for staying in, man. Like, I think if he had dropped out, it would have just been like, I mean. I guess I'll try to close as best I can, but you know, I'm a racer when it comes down to it. So when there's no one to race, it's like it's tough to get those times for sure.
So you run 148, you said.
Run 148, yeah, that's right.
So just to bust you a little bit, 150.00.
I know, man.
Talk about that. When you saw that, were you angry? You were satisfied? Were you like, whatever?
I was.
It was just a race, and it was a weird race. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, even with all things considered, I was a little angry when I like walk up the track. I see the board, and I'm like. And I'm like, all that was is just stay focused for the last 10 meters. Like I kind of like was just
stick your tongue out.
Exactly. Like I'm pulling Michael Jordan, like trying go for a dunk, and I'm like, oh, if I just stayed on it. I mean, like I think I kind of pulled off a little bit at the end, which is, I mean, something I've always criticized people that I see do that, and now I'm like, oh man, now I'm that guy. So. I think it's just kind of a good wake-up call of like, all right, well, this was a good racing session post-quarantine, post-training all alone for the past few months up in Cleveland. So, it's kind of like, all right, well, you know, we stayed in shape. Now it's going to be just prepping for the next thing that comes, which I think it just means a strong base training period.
Yeah, no, and I think what is important is maybe you learn that lesson in a race that doesn't matter.
Right? Yeah.
So you'll be always going through the line.
That's right.
I think,
it's a painful way to learn it, seeing that .00 also.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I think it's a good thing. Like I said, it reminds you of how to finish, and I think you'll learn that lesson forever, hopefully. And I'm just happy everyone's back out here running.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate Dave putting on these meets so much. It's been a hassle, you know, getting a stick put up your nose twice a week, before all these, but. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, and getting out and being a race, all these guys out here, it's been a huge blessing, and I'm happy that we can actually just get out here and race some. So.
One fun fact about yourself, non-running related.
One fun fact: I can recite The Incredibles from the beginning to end with dialogue, most sound effects, and most music. So.
All right, we got sit tight next 3 hours. That's incredible, man. Why? Is that your favorite movie? I take it.
Oh, dude, I watched it so much. I think it came out when I was like in second or third grade, and you know, it's kind of when you're that young, you're like, this is so cool. I'm just gonna pop it in as soon as I finish it. Like, you know, it's like play, like right as soon as it ends. So I think just from the sheer volume of watching it, it just kind of stuck in there. And then one time, like, I want to say on a run when I was like a freshman in high school, I was just like, you know, just for fun, just try it out.
No way.
It was a long run, and then it might have been like 13, 14 miles, and nearly get through the entire movie just because, like, and people are like I think like we were maybe halfway through the run. I'm like, do you guys want like to talk or something like that? They're like, no, you're good. Keep going.
I want to see if there's a fact check. That's incredible. I can do that with The Sandlot, my all-time favorite.
Oh, dude,
movie.
So good.
Everyone like hates watching them because I can even do like the sound effects and it's crazy.
Yeah.
I know certain things trigger certain things that I can just keep going.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
That's really cool. That's awesome, man. Thank you very much. And
absolutely.
Good job. Thank you.